name is Benjamin Kleiner. Today I will be talking about George Eastman. George Eastman was born in Waterville on July 12, 1854. George Eastman was the founder of Kodak and Eastman School of Music. He was also a philanthropist who donated over $75 million. Now to William Byrne.
Thanks, Ben, and hi, I'm Will Boone. Today I'm going to be telling you about the Eastman School of Music located in Rochester, New York. The Eastman School of Music was first established in 1921 by George Eastman, the founder of Eastman Kodak. Eastman was a philanthropist who believed music education in America was very important. Because he loved music, he said he, quote, wanted to share my pleasure with others. The Eastman School of Music was the first professional school that was part of the University of Rochester. Today it is one of the most respected music education schools in the U.S. George Eastman wanted a school that would make American musicians and their music great. He started a college program and a community music school because he believed music and the arts were key to a healthy community. Today, over 900 students are enrolled at the Eastman School of Music College from almost all of the states and many of the countries around the world. There's also a community music school that teaches babies from ages 18 months to adults over 80 years old. Between both schools, you can study all sorts of music since Eastman offers voice, strings, woodwinds, brass, and percussion. The Eastman is such a fantastic school that there have been 7 Pulitzer Prize-winning musicians and many famous Grammy Award winners. No matter what style of music, the Eastman is a great example of their motto, Meloria, which means ever better. And now to Julian.
Thanks, Will. Hi, my name is Julian Mendoza, and I'll be talking about the Eastman Theater. The Eastman Theater was first established on September 4th, 1922, by George Eastman, 1 year after the Eastman School opened. George Eastman created the Eastman Theater because he wanted musicians at the school to play in a very nice theater. It is the most respected theater in Rochester, not only for its acoustics, but its decor. The Eastman Theater includes a chandelier at the top of it. The chandelier's diameter is 14 feet. The chandelier also has 20,000 tiny crystals inside and 546 bulbs.
Wow, imagine when they need to replace those.
The Eastman Theater has 2,326 seats. A $5 million renovation of the theater building was completed in October 2004. Eastman Theater is also home to the very talented Rochester Philharmonic Orchestra, also known as the RPO. The RPO plays concerts almost every weekend, September through May. Most members of the RPO not only play in the orchestra, but they also teach at the Eastman School of Music. Many world-famous musicians have performed at the Eastman Theater with the RPO. Some of these musicians include Yo-Yo Ma, a famous French-American cello player, and Itzhak Perlman, a famous Israeli violinist who has played in many award-winning movies. And now to Anna.
Hello, my name is Anna, and so if you've lived in Rochester for a while, you think you know everything about the Erie Canal, do you? Yeah, the canal was used for flour trade. Flour traveled up and down the canal from flour mills, but I think you know that. But did you know that the Erie Canal took a different path through the blooming city of Rochester than it does today? Because it did. It used the Broad Street Aqueduct. The aqueduct was built in 1825 and used for over 93 years. Boats traveled on animal power. Horses or mules would get hitched to a boat and they'd pull it right down the canal, through Rochester to the flour mills and back. A lift bridge like this one is used almost like a stoplight is today. The bridge can be lifted and lowered by this tower. When the bridge is lifted, the boats go under it, but when the bridge is lowered, horse-drawn carts go over it. But as always, technology got better. Boats got bigger. Motors were invented. They didn't need the towpath anymore. That's what the horses walked on, as the horses didn't walk in the canal. In 1918, they changed the course of the Erie Canal. That was the end of the Rochester aqueducts. They turned the space into a subway. Now handing it over to Miles and Philip for the Rochester subway.
Hi, I'm Miles, and this is my partner Philip. Today we are going to be teaching you about the Rochester subway system. Hey Philip, have you ever wondered if Rochester ever had a subway system?
Yes, I have, but does it?
It certainly does. In fact, I know a lot about it. The Rochester Railroad system was established as itself in 1927.
How long did it run for?
It ran for 29 years from 1927 to 1956.
Whoa, how long was the rail from start to finish?
Every inch added up to 87 miles long. This was a high-speed train that cost up to $7 million in construction payments.
Very interesting, but who was in charge of the railroads and stations?
Clifford D. Beeble was the owner of the train. The company included Arthur W. Lostow as president, and T.C. Cherry was the vice president.
How much longer did the rail run after that?
Unfortunately, in 1930, the rail was sold for junk and was abandoned in 1956 on June 27th.
Whoa, that's a long history for the Rochester Railroad.
Who knows, maybe in the future there will be another rail, but for now, that's all.
See you next time.
And now on to Arwen and Louisa.
Arwen. Did you ever realize how cool BOCES is? And not just BOCES, Rochester, New York, the 37 BOCES around the U.S. They also started to offer vocational and special ed in 1995. Also, all but 4 of the 703 operating districts in New York are members of BOCES. And it's cool that my dad works at Monroe 2 Orleans BOCES. And BOCES has been partnering with school districts for 70 years. Also, BOCES means Board of Cooperative Educational Services. Good to know. Am I right? Sure. In 1948, the New York State Legislature created Boards of Cooperative Educational Services, BOCES, to provide shared educational programs and services to school districts within the state. Today, there are 37 BOCES that are partnering with nearly all of the state's school districts to help meet students' evolving educational needs through cost-effective and relevant programs. Well, when you think about it, BOCES is actually pretty cool. I mean, it has lots of cool things like carpentry, wood stuff, and surprisingly, painting a car. Now I'll hand it over to Carol and Mira. Goodbye.
Hi, my name is Carol.
And I'm Mira.
Today we're going to be telling you a little bit about the history of Mount Hope Cemetery.
Did you know over 12,000 years ago, what is now Mount Hope Cemetery was a glacier over 2 miles thick?
Later on, as the glacier started to melt, it became rivers and gravel.
Seneca Indians used Mount Hope Cemetery as a trail from Bristol Hills all the way to Lake Ontario.
Today, it is a cemetery over 200 acres squared, and the trail is called Indian Trail Avenue.
Did you know that Mount Hope Cemetery is one of the USA's first municipal rural cemeteries?
There are many famous people buried in Mount Hope Cemetery, including Nathaniel Rochester, who is the founder of Rochester,
Susan B. Anthony, who fought for the right of women,
and Frederick Douglass.
Well, we hope you learned some interesting facts about Mount Hope Cemetery.
Thank you for watching.
Join us next week for more ESS news. If you have a story you want us to share, call 1-800-444-5126.
Or visit our website at ess.org/news.